Gina Nemo, welcome to Youghal and Paddy Lane.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Michael.
You've just done your radio studio interview with Paddy.
Yeah, it was
Gina,
great.
how did it go?
I was great. We had a great time, didn't we, Paddy?
We had a great time on CRY 104 FM.
Yeah.
Right? And Gina came on.
Gino Nemo.
There's so much play on. One of the little guys who comes to the radio station says Gina Nemo because it's such a name that can
play
move
around with.
But Gina came from California to read at for my poetry festival.
Yeah.
And to come here to CRY 104 FM to be interviewed on my kind of music.
How did Gina and you meet?
We met on Facebook last June the 14th for me, June the 13th for Gina.
Time change.
Because of the time difference. And the first poem I saw on her wall, The Singing Siren, just hooked me. I said, I want to know the woman behind this.
Oh, cool.
The mind.
How does it feel meeting Gina?
Gina
in person?
It's just awesome. I think I'd say there'll be tears soon when we're leaving.
Oh,
Gina, how did the interview go?
it was great. I knew it was just going to flow because we already had a flow, it's been a while now. So, and we've been doing the poetry posters that we do together and all this stuff. And he's been really supportive of my music and poetry and stuff. I knew it was going to go. I'm a really kind of kickback person. I just love to talk about all sorts of stuff. And I've been doing it my whole life, being in the entertainment industry. So I feel relaxed about it,
Gina, I'm getting the impression you're kind of a 60s person. Would I be right there?
Well, I always, like I was saying, I wasn't crazy about the era that I did I was most known in with my acting career. Now, obviously, I've moved into poetry and music and producing things and directing and all sorts of stuff. But the 80s were not like I wasn't into the 80s. That was what's so funny. I was always into music in the 60s, 70s. I kind of flow between the old time stuff and then real modern stuff. Like my new album's really electronica now. I'm trying to venture into new things now. But I still always have live musicians, so I don't just do the computer stuff. I always bring in live musicians. So.
We can't go without mentioning your dad was a famous
jazz composer.
My
dad Henry Nemo wrote a lot of hits in the 40s, and I'm grateful for him. He was a lot older when I was born, but I kind of learned about a whole different era. It was much more interesting than just being in the the same time, because it's like I got to meet some amazing people, like in the in the industry, those old timers and stuff, and it was really great childhood.
Frank Sinatra and all the boys.
All those guys, the Burrell brothers and all that stuff, Milton Berle.
How do you get back to the 60s? Are you a 60s person?
No, I'm I'll tell you, since last June I moved up. I'm a 2014 person now.
Oh, he's gone into the new electronic age.
I'll say something very personal. Gina's poems are part of my daily bread. I need to see them every day.
That's sweet.
Do you know?
I thought the interview was amazing, lads.
Thank you.
People want to know how to find you on Facebook, Gina.
I have a couple profiles. It's hard because I've had to kind of put the music and poetry in different places. I do have a Gina Nemo poetry that people can look for. Just my name, Gina Nemo Poetry. They can always click on and become friends there. I'm really open about that, and I post the stuff every day, and Paddy makes these great posters, and we put them up there every single day. And even when I had to leave, I sent Paddy a bunch of poems because I knew I had business in Dublin and all this stuff to make sure I didn't miss a day. Right, so I was on it.
I
sent 6, and then all of a sudden yesterday I was like, "Oh no, we're out. I better send him another one." Now I'm gonna have to write a couple more while I'm traveling.
So when you do all your poems, you send the poems to Paddy and he puts...
No. I usually post them in different forums. I'm part of a lot of international poetry groups. I have different profiles for my acting career and all this type of stuff. I'm trying to focus on the poetry and music right now. But so I usually post them in all these different groups. I have my own poetry group in LA called New Voices, and Paddy's part of that as well. And Paddy, yeah. He says I always pronounce it with D's.
Paddy.
Yeah, Paddy. American way. But so I have my own group, New Voices, that I'm working on a documentary. I'm going to include some of them in, and some of the players I'll interview for that. And, so Paddy's been helping me by, posting them in all my things while I'm traveling, because we've been doing this together a long time, and I don't want to, miss out on it.
So Paddy, what do you do? You do the graphics then for the
Gina posts her poem in text on Facebook in various groups. Mm-hmm. I usually go to Gina Nemo Poetry. That's where I always like to get them. And Gina puts a poem with the photo
I pick a photo that kind of works with the poem because I know how Paddy works with it, so I know it'll work.
And is this a kind of a newfound interest in graphics in Paddy with you?
I knew how to type Santa on a Santa photo on Paint last year, and now I have several programs, and I have Adobe Photoshop now, and I'm delighted.
Well,
and he's gotten really good too. I mean, we've been doing this now for almost 2 years, I think. No, it would be a year. No, because it was
since
June.
last October.
All right, so we started the posters in October.
We started the posters
Yeah, but
in
okay, so we're
October.
almost at a year then soon, a couple months.
Yeah, about 300.
We've done
Just
a
their
lot.
quotes.
Oh yeah, I did quotes too. I do a lot of quotes.
I'm delighted. I hope we continue to do them.
Yeah, we're going to keep going. I mean, I would like to get them and put them in different places, besides just on the internet. It would be cool, I mean, I got here and I got to meet everybody. It's been awesome. I really do like Ireland a lot. I do. I think the people are really sweet, so.
Okay, Paddy, Gina, thank you very much.
Thank
you,
you.
Michael.